Hello and welcome. And now you can catch all the big stories from the country and across the globe in 30 minutes straight. Let's begin by telling you what's happening in India first. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is set to address the United Nations General Assembly today, with all eyes set on a speech in which she is expected to deliver a stinging response to Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's Kashmir rant. She is also expected to give a befitting response to Nawaz Sharif's UN General Assembly speech, in which he had focused only on Kashmir. Earlier, India's strong reply to his speech had called Pakistan the home of the Ivy League of terror. Sources have told India today that Sushma Swaraj will be pushing forward the bid to isolate Pakistan globally. The External Affairs Minister will be exposing Pakistan's unwillingness to crack down on terror. Meanwhile, in a significant development, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be holding a key meeting to discuss the pros and cons of the Indus Water Treaty. Water Resources Ministry and the Ministry of External Affairs is briefing the Prime Minister on various aspects of the Indus Water Treaty. India today has the extent of the water that it is entitled to use under the Indus Water Treaty. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says that there was a pan-India fury after the Uri attack, but urged people to exercise restraint and channelize their energies in a constructive way. Opening the monthly radio Meanwhile, a nervous Pakistan has shifted 17 terror camps in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, with the Pakistan Army and the ISI helping Lashkar and Jaish in the move post the recent attack in Uri. Pakistan violates ceasefire along the line of control yet again. This time, it has happened at the Gurez sector in Jammu and Kashmir. Two infiltrators also were seen trying to enter India. Independent MLA Engineer Rashid and his supporters clashed with the police while marching towards the United Nations office in Srinagar. The MLA and his supporters have now been detained. Amid growing clamour, the ruling PDP in the state of Jammu and Kashmir says diverting or stopping water of the Indian rivers towards Pakistan is not possible under the Indus Water Treaty, and every move under the treaty has to go through the Tribunal and the World Bank. A high-level meeting of the MNS discussed various strategies to decide the future course of action against Pakistani artists in Mumbai. But filmmaker Karan Johar says that his heart bleeds for the lives lost in the recent attack in Uri, and he understands the anger in the country. But boycotting artists, he claims, from Pakistan is no solution to terrorism. Meanwhile, the police have issued an ultimatum to the Maharashtra Nav Nirman Sena for threatening production houses who have hired Pakistani artists. The notice is under Section 149 of the Indian Penal Code, which is basically against unlawful assembly. The Congress accused the Modi government of being quote-unquote weakest ever when it came to dealing with Pakistan. The attack by Congress was reminiscent of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's barbs at the then UPA government when Indian soldiers were beheaded. Slamming the NDA government over repeated terror attacks in the country, BSP President Mayawati has asked the Prime Minister to introspect his own rule instead of advising Pakistan how to govern their country. India and Pakistan have increased their respective military presence both on the ground and in the air, just near the line of control, with both sides taking preemptive action in case the other decides to strike first. Meanwhile, the Lahore High Court has dismissed a writ petition by Jamaat-ud-Dawa chief and 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed seeking to direct the Pakistan government to raise the Kashmir issue at the United Nations Security Council and other international fora. Speaking at a rally in Kozhikode, Prime Minister Narendra Modi stated that on Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary on the 2nd of October, the government will ratify the decisions that were made during COP21. The Home Ministry has lodged an FIR in connection with the missing documents related to the controversial Ishra Jahan fake encounter case. At a time when Pakistan has been carrying out attacks against India, the Chinese army has intruded, in fact, in Anjaw of Arunachal Pradesh. The 12th edition of the Indo-US Yudh Abhyas, or Joint Military Training Exercise 2016, was conducted at the military station in Ranikhet district of the northern Uttarakhand state. 12 people lost their lives in a major road incident that took place on Sunday night. A minivan carrying a group of 21 women caught up in a head-on collision with a cement lorry that killed 12 women. 7 boys drowned while they were playing in a pond in Madhya Pradesh, according to the additional collector of Guna district. These bodies have now been sent for post-mortem. The youth wing of the Tripura Trinamool Congress burnt the effigy of the Tripura Chief Minister along with the Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, equating both of them as anti-India. This after the Chief Minister allegedly said that India is playing a big brotherly attitude with its neighbours. A student who was kidnapped from NCR's Noida was rescued from his abductors. Police say that they arrested two people who abducted the youth after he failed to pay them the money for the fake certificates that they had generated from him. Police have arrested the youth who allegedly forced a young girl to end her life in a mall in Anand Vihar. Cops say that he had posted a selfie with the girl on the internet and that's when he began harassing her. The youth who stabbed a girl 32 times after being spurned says he had not come with the intention to kill, but the girl's response had angered him. An alert security official at the IGI in the national capital impounded the yet-to-be-launched iPhone 7 at the airport. A total of 77 iPhones worth 47 lakh rupees were confiscated by customs. Aam Aadmi Party has swung into action with their new initiative, Spot the Kachra campaign. Blaming BJP and the MCD, the Aam Aadmi Party said cleaning the garbage was their responsibility of the civic bodies that are controlled by the BJP. Shiv Sena mouthpiece Samna has raised questions over the recent terror attack. Samna has questions saying whether it's the government's trick to deviate attention of Indian citizens from other burning issues in the country. After school children in Iran reported the sighting of an armed Pathani suit-clad men, the police detained 3 on grounds of suspicion. After holding massive protests in various districts of Maharashtra, members of the Maratha community held a silent march to press for their demands. Lakhs of people, including men and women, even participated in the protest march. The CBI has taken over the probe into the murder of Hanif, an accused in the 1993 Mumbai blast case, who gave an AK-56 rifle to actor Sanjay Dutt. The city's railway stations are heading for a meaningful makeover, with the railways roping in NGOs to give them a local flavour and historical significance. Authorities on Sunday sounded a flood alert in Telangana as water level is rising continuously in Godavari River due to the huge inflow following heavy rainfall. The Chief Minister, who reviewed the situation, has also directed his ministers, MPs and MLAs to remain in their constituencies and monitor the situation closely. He has also asked collectors and superintendents of police to be on high alert. NDRF teams swung into action to evacuate people from 4 villages in Karimnagar district, where an under-construction project across Godavari was overflowing as a result of heavy rain. In a freak accident, a biker had a close shave when he fell into the pothole in Hyderabad due to severe waterlogging that has been triggered by heavy rainfall. Similarly, in Begumpet area of the city, a church was submerged in water as a result of the incessant rain. Locals said that the church was located in a low-lying area, and despite approaching the administration earlier on, it failed to pay heed to their requests. Karnataka Chief Minister Sisodia has written a letter to the Prime Minister apprising him on the resolution passed by both houses of the Karnataka Assembly on the Khabare water sharing matter. The former minister, KJ George, is all set to be reinducted into the Sisodia government today. This after the CID gave a clean chit to the minister after being accused of his involvement in the death of a senior cop. Reports say KJ George will get back his portfolio of Bengaluru City Minister. He will be sworn in as the cabinet rank minister later on. Rains have wreaked havoc in parts of Karnataka, causing huge loss to property. Karnataka is facing a peculiar situation where the northern part of the state is facing heavy rainfall and the southern part of the state is facing a situation of drought. The royal city of Mysuru has been crowned the first city free of open defecation in the country. The city has managed to bag its coveted cap due to massive awareness programs and implementation by the government authorities. In Tamil Nadu, doctors at the Apollo Hospital say that the Chief Minister is responding quite well to the medication and she will be discharged within a couple of days. Doctors, however, said that necessary medications is being administered to the Chief Minister, Jaitley. Ministers as well as supporters of the AIADMK leader assembled in huge numbers outside the hospital praying for her speedy recovery. The State Election Commission says direct polls to fill over 1.18 lakh posts in various urban and rural local bodies in Tamil Nadu will be held in 2 phases on October 17 and 19. Protesters threw petrol bombs at the Kanhaiya police station in Chennai, destroying motor vehicles following the custodial death of Karthi, a 22-year-old man who was accused of chain snatching. About 1,500 fishermen took a boat rally from Pattinam coastal village in Kanyakumari protesting against the proposed Innayam International Container Transshipment Terminal. Condemning the attacks on BJP and the RSS workers in Kerala, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that they were being targeted for their different ideology, which cannot be allowed in a democracy. Paying homage to those killed in political violence in Kozhikode, the Prime Minister released the book, Ahuti, detailing the sacrifices of workers while upholding the ideals of Sangh organizations in the state of Kerala. Meanwhile, the Congress in Kerala has responded to BJP's claims of forming the government in the state. The opposition has called the BJP President Amit Shah's statement of forming a government in Kerala his daydream. The second session of the 13th Kerala Assembly will be beginning today. The session is likely to be a stormy one as the Congress is expected to target CPM on various issues including political violence. Meanwhile, the governor of the state of Kerala has also wished the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister a speedy recovery. In a message sent to the Chief Minister, the governor said that he was deeply saddened by the news of her being hospitalized. An anti-corruption bureau officer and a forest department officer were arrested on bribery charges and they have now been sent to 5 days custody through a court. A man was killed when an elephant attacked a couple in West Midnapur. The couple was passing through the jungle when the elephant attacked them. A daily wage labourer was crushed to death under the wheels of a speeding car in Kolkata. The slain was sleeping on the bridge when the car ran over him. 10 people, including 7 women, were arrested for running a sex racket in a night bar near Chinnar. All the girls are from Punjab and they had been in the trade for quite some time. A mob in Birbhum attacked a police team which had gone to investigate a bike theft. The locals accused the police of aiding the thieves and their inaction leading to the assault. A prominent Jordanian writer who was on trial for sharing a cartoon deeming it to be offensive to Islam was shot dead outside a court in Amman where he was due to appear. A rebel-held neighborhood of Aleppo was left seriously damaged after airstrikes pounded the area, leaving some buildings completely destroyed. The brother of the Jordanian writer says that his brother had been told by the government that his safety was not their responsibility. The streets of Paris and avenues were car-free as part of the mayor and flight against air pollution, allowing families and tourists to wander on the streets of Paris. Protesters in North Carolina hit the streets for the 4th consecutive day after the police released 2 videos on the showing the fatal shooting of Keith Scott. North Korea hosted an air show in the east coast city of Wonsan. In fact, a video showed an aircraft flying over the Kalma airport during the Wonsan Air Festival 2016. Police say that the suspect in fatal shootings of 5 people in Washington was taken into custody. The suspect, Arun Sitton, has now been captured in Oak Harbor. Parts of central west New South Wales flooded as rivers continue to rise in the region following heavy rainfall. The former Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio is leading the race to become the next United Nations Secretary General after a 4th UN Security Council ballot earlier this year. China sent more than 40 warplanes to fly over the Miyako Strait in the West Pacific to test its combat ability and carry out regular patrol in the air defense identification zone over East China Sea. Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko hit the highway in the midst of 3,000 bikers in the country's capital. The motorcade started off at the World War II Memorial on the outskirts of Minsk, heading to the city centre. Britain's Prince William and his wife, the Duchess of Cambridge, arrived in Canada for their second official visit to the country. The royal couple have even brought along their children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, to their trip to Canada. The world's largest radio telescope finally began operations in southwest China. A $180 million project finally began its mission to explore space and search for extraterrestrial life. As the first rays of sunlight shone over Jakarta, yoga lovers gathered on the rooftop of a hotel for this unusual sunrise workout. A fire broke out on an oil tanker of Mexican state oil company Pemex in the Gulf of Mexico, forcing all the crew to be immediately evacuated in the latest accident to plague the struggling firm. In sports news, India has won the first test versus New Zealand in Kanpur by 197 runs. This is indeed a memorable win for India. Ashwin completed a 5-wicket haul in the second innings. He had earlier become the fastest Indian to 200 test wickets. New Zealand, however, were bowled out for just 236 runs in the second innings. Ronke and Jantar top scored for the Kiwis. The crucial Lodha Committee meeting in Delhi to review BCCI's latest decisions in view of a Supreme Court order. Businessman Ajay Singh is the new president of the Boxing Federation of India. Jay Kohli elected the Secretary General of the body. Temba Bradley Wiggins claimed that he was not trying to gain an unfair advantage from being allowed to use a banned steroid before major races. Kareena Kapoor Khan and her husband Saif Ali Khan are expecting their first baby together in December. Saif Ali Khan has planned a baby moon for his wife. Indian actor Ali Fazal's latest Bollywood release, Happy Bhaag Jayegi, couldn't release in Pakistan, but he was quite delighted to meet some of his fans from the country while he was in London. After a series of some unconventional roles, the actress Kalki says that she fears getting comfortable in her zone, and that perhaps is one of the reasons why she keeps on challenging herself. Filmmaker Anees Bazmi is quite upbeat about directing Amitabh Bachchan in Aankhein 2. Impressed by the actor's passion towards his work, he says that the megastar's energy levels is perhaps much more than what it was a decade ago. Actress Richa Chadha now wants to explore some other space on the big screen. She yearns to portray the role of Draupadi from the epic Mahabharata. Priyanka Chopra, who has been rubbing shoulders with the creme de la creme of Hollywood, has been enjoying herself backstage. She was seen enjoying herself with actor Hugh Jackman along with his wife Deborah Lee Furness. Pakistan-born Coronation Street actor Mark Anwar has been fired from the soap for a racist rant against Indians on social media. He was critical of India in a series of tweets. Ace actor Hugh Grant says sex scenes are easier to shoot rather than sweet romantic scenes. In fact, the British actor finds bedroom scenes, quote-unquote, quite a turn-on. Reality TV personality Kim Kardashian, meanwhile, says that she will be voting for the Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton amid speculation that she is on the fence about voting for Donald Trump. Veteran actress Whoopi Goldberg is likely to take a final bow at the end of this season of America's talk show, The View. With a growing reach and impact of social media, the Delhi government has decided to provide training to its officers on just how to use various forms of social media that includes Facebook, WhatsApp and Twitter. Many Yahoo users rushed to close their accounts and change passwords after Yahoo disclosed last week that hackers had stolen the encrypted passwords and personal details of more than 500 million accounts. Chinese major Huawei has announced that it will begin manufacturing smartphones in India. That's starting October. Samsung has just about begun recovering from the debacle of the exploding Note 7 batteries when news surfaced of another Note series Samsung device, Note 2, which allegedly caught fire due to battery explosion on a Chennai-bound plane. Facebook has apologized for feeding inflated video view numbers to advertisers. Facebook's measured a key metric of video viewership that significantly amplified the number of times a video was viewed by users